And we're back, people. Come on, Zuni. Say it. Say, we're back, people. Everyone, hello. Welcome back. Earth to Dominguez. That is me. This is my puppy, Miss Zuni Coyote. And, man, I really didn't think that this video was gonna be about this or end up this way. I had filmed one previously this week, but something in my heart kept telling me that that's not what this week's focus was supposed to be about. And this weekend was unreal. I had a great time with some of my friends camping for like the very first time, and especially with Zuni. It was her first time in the woods, and she loved it, and I loved it. I was able to kind of step out and forget that I only had $2.98 in my account and go into the woods and eat some veggies and reconnect to Mother Nature and to Earth and to like hone back in on what this is all about and what I'm trying to do even. And it kept bringing me back to speaking my truth, always speaking my truth. And sometimes that's going to be super difficult, like the topic I've chosen to speak about today, but I really hope that in speaking my truth, as hard as it may be, somebody out there will have some similar feelings and can kind of relate to me and where I'm at. I think the phrase that's been in my mind a lot, it's something that is super like commonly used by just kind of everybody, I think nowadays, in more of like a teasing manner, like daddy issues. Daddy issues. That girl has daddy issues or whatever. And I've heard that throughout my entire life, and a part of me understood that because I didn't really have a father figure in my life, there were some issues within me about it, but I didn't understand how much it was controlling my life. And having that awareness and kind of detaching myself from Kimberly Williamson's life, Kimberly Williamson, who really didn't have a dad present, you know, that male figure in her life, detaching and being able to say, how has that factor really hindered me throughout my life, you know? And it comes back to all of the men that I have really chosen I guess, just happened to have fallen in love with or have placed myself in a situation where I am looking for a man to be the father that I never had. And I'll kind of explain that. The first boyfriend I ever had, the first love of my life, you could say, was an amazing person. And while both of my parents were kind of absent, I was about 15, 16 years old, he really stepped in and took my siblings to school and made us lunch and dinners, and he was just the father that I never had, and he showed me so much unconditional love. And at first I took it for granted because I figured that is something that I should just deserve, I should have. I never had it through a father, so it would make sense that it would come through somebody I loved. But right off the bat, I was placing expectations and responsibilities on somebody, especially someone who was 18 years old, who wasn't prepared for that, who didn't ask for that, who isn't my father. And once my heart was kind of broken through him, and he kind of abandoned me as well, you could say, like literally didn't even tell me we broke up, just like pretended I didn't exist anymore. And that feeling of abandonment, that same feeling that I got from my father, who walked in and out of my life, never really choosing me, came right back. And it shattered my world. It hurt so bad to see somebody you love and respect and who has done so much for you have enough and just say, you're not my responsibility, and walk away. That was, again, like earth-shattering. And then my next true love, where I was the one who, I've had several relationships, but there's always a couple that you love them more than they love you. And that was the case with this guy too. And I love, oh man, somebody just interrupted my video. Savannah? You just interrupted my video!
I don't know, you gotta warn me.
I'm just kidding. That's okay. We'll come back. Definitely gonna have to get used to the fact that I'm going to get walked in on by like one of my roommates or somebody almost all the time. So, that being said, took a little pause, regathered myself, and I'm back. Zuni's taking a nap again, huh? But where I left off was the second love of my life, who really was like a father to me in many ways. Around this time, I was making a big move to California, and I was just kind of doing it. I just jumped into the wind and thought that everything was going to work out okay, and it did. But I was so fortunate to have found... Now someone's alarm is going off. Like, are you serious? Okay. And that was Savannah calling me. She left her glasses here. So she's coming back, and she'll probably be here any second. Again, interrupted constantly, but it's like something doesn't want me to get this out, but I feel like I need to because it's really important, even just for me and the closing of this cycle that I've come to. So this guy was great. He was a great person in the sense that he really tried to help me get my foot on the ground as far as earth goes, and as far as, you know, making my career happen and finances and like being smart about the decisions I make. And those are the things I was attracted to him for, you know, all the qualities that are supposed to be things that you admire about your father, you know, really going the distance to help me get settled in, even if I knew deep in my heart that it was only temporary. And both of these men, super significant, are one day apart in birth. Patterns, I'm going to talk about them all the time, and they really were the same person in my growing evolution. It was just these men who really meant well, but had their own issues and their own problems and weren't looking to help raise someone. And I couldn't understand that. And it took me a very long time to even understand what it was that I needed from them or felt that I wasn't getting from them. And in recognizing this, and in having left that relationship, I was like, I'm not going to do this again. I see the pattern that I'm making. No chance I'm going to go back and do that. So I don't. But I found an awesome mentor who has been incredibly successful in his own journey already. And I came to him looking for a job, and he hired me on the spot, and it was awesome, and he's an incredible person. But again, I found myself, even on a subconscious level, didn't even realize it, turning to him and expecting him to be the father that I never had, to take care of me the way I felt that I had never been taken care of before. And I had a really hard time the past few weeks trying to understand where my rash emotions were coming from when I was so angry with him, and I was kind of all over the place because I really did love my job. But I saw that again, I had placed my power into the hands of someone else. I became 5-year-old Kim who felt that no man truly loved her, you know, not even her own father. Very few times I have memories of hearing I love you or feeling that as a child. And as I've grown older, I've come to see that my dad is on his own journey as well. So are my 2 past boyfriends, you know, and so is everyone on the face of this planet. We're all on our own journey. And it was difficult because I had all these hard feelings of anger because he should have been there, he could have been there, and he chooses not to. And holding that resentment and holding that anger caused me to attract the very same thing in multiple different forms in my life. And it truly wasn't until this past weekend where I've been able to sit at such a peaceful place in my heart and know that I do not need a father to complete me or make me whole. My father is an amazing person. I love him dearly for exactly who he is, and I need to stop trying to replace him with someone else, especially my partner. And realizing that I really want someone to grow with me, to be my equal, you know, not to feel that I need to impress or show off to my father-like figure or someone who's expecting so much more out of me than I can give. And the relationships I found myself the most unhappy in are the relationships where I just handed over my power. I just handed it over. And I am really grateful that I got to spend time in the woods with my friends this weekend, because it really helped clear so much of that out of me. And I want to share with any girl who feels that she's been abandoned, whether it's been by boyfriends or by her own father, but that feeling of somebody just leaving you, that's really painful. I understand it completely. I do. Overcoming that and being able to see that you felt that and you've grown through it and you're still a happy and kind person every day, that you still give forgiveness to those who have hurt you. That is what I try to embody, and I'm grateful for that, because every single one of my boyfriends, but especially those two, those milestones in my life, they taught me so much about myself. So much. And I could be angry for all the hurt that they caused me, but I'm not. I'm so grateful. Because with that hurt, I've realized the things I don't want. I've been able to pinpoint why I found myself attracted to certain aspects of them that aren't really attractive to me. And all the meanwhile, I'm working on myself every single day, and knowing that if I elevate, as I elevate, so will my partner. There's this thing that's been popping up on Instagram, and it hits home to me because it's so true, it's so beautiful. It's do not commit to me. Commit to elevating, I will meet you there. And I think that's a mentality that everybody needs to have. And in elevating comes recognizing and acknowledging wounds. If you are repeating the same pattern over and over again, whether it's in a job, in the way you react, in a relationship, in any way, if you're able to detach yourself from the exact experience that you're having and see how your actions might be able to be shifted, how you might be able to approach something with a better response. Having that awareness, going deep and saying, wow, I don't like that this continues to happen in my life. It keeps popping up. Why is that? What is it that needs to be addressed there? And it's going to be a long process, honestly. I mean, for the last 10 years of my life, I've been attracting the same kind of man. I've been attracting a father. I've been attracting someone to take care of me and to tell me that everything is going to be okay. But you know what? My mom is my fucking father, and she's the best father and mother I've ever had. She's really shown me that you really don't need anyone else to make you whole. You don't. And as you start to complete yourself and fill those spaces that you've left open for someone else to fill, as you start to do that yourself, and as you continue to elevate, you will attract people who are on that same journey, who aren't looking to use you or suck the energy out of you or the happiness, who aren't just having sex with you to have sex with you. And that is something that's so important. Sex is so sacred. It is so sacred. And people just go out there having sex with everybody, especially women. We are so sensitive, and you're taking on all of that man's baggage every time you have sex with him. I don't want to have sex with my dad anymore. Like, that's weird. That was funny too. I hope you got a laugh out of that. Because honestly, we have to laugh at everything in our lives. We have to find the humor in it, because otherwise life is really hard and dark and kind of shitty. So if you're able to look at something and laugh and say, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna be better, and I'm gonna be okay. Every day, I'm gonna be okay. Those really tough days, I'm fortunate enough where I have a close group of friends who give me that space and love and tell me I'm gonna be okay. You know, that group of friends is so important, to have that stable support. That it isn't a man, it isn't sexual, it isn't the need for sex that satisfies you or tells you that you are worthy. It's not anything stemming from the ego. It's friends who see that we're all on a tough journey together, and we want to be here for each other. And in that comes saying, hey, don't have sex with just anybody. Don't do that. That's not good for you. Hey, don't make the same pattern that you have choosing the same men. Hey, snap out of that limiting thought that makes you feel that you aren't worthy of somebody just as divine as you. I'm learning these things and I'm embodying them because I've worked so hard and continue to work so hard to be the best me, to complete myself, to be the example to my siblings and to my family, to my loved ones, that we come into this world alone and we die alone. And so it is only us who can make that happiness. And that starts with recognizing patterns, hard feelings, and things about you that you are ready to let go of. I no longer have daddy issues. That doesn't bother me. Instead, I'm going to strengthen the relationship I have with the Father that I have for whoever he is and stop expecting him to be something that he's not. Because in this life, that's not it. He will come around. He will understand. And I can't imagine the hurt in his heart already for all the times he missed out on. I don't need to be more of a reminder of that to him. And so with this video, I want to thank every man in my life, every boyfriend I've ever had, any friend, my brother, any man, honestly, who has taken the time to really help mold me into the woman that I am today. I thank you. Because I fucking love myself. I do. And I'm just going to continue to get better. So, here's Savannah. The timing couldn't have been any better. Woo! Now that I got that out, I gotta post this. Bada bing, bada boom. Come on, Vivi. Come say bye. Hi, Savannah. Hi. See? Come say hi to the camera real quick. Just come here. You've only interrupted this video like 3 times now.
Twice.
But that's okay. No, well, your phone call too. So come here. No, you gotta get in the frame. Everyone, Savannah, Berkeley.
I usually don't look like this.
She looks like a cowgirl today, y'all. Thanks for listening to my rant. Savannah, perfect timing, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, every time.
I love you.
Much love in the club. All right, peace out.